my screen really quick. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Hi, Michael. Hope you're doing fantastic. Happy Monday. There you go.
I am.
I can hear myself. Let's give it a couple minutes for people to start joining in our conversation, and we could get started very soon. Let's make sure that I turned on the closed caption. Yep, it is on. Hello, everyone. We are hoping that everyone is doing well and enjoy Monday. If for those who celebrated Easter, hoped you had a great time with your family. And also, it's a good start for the new beginning of the season. The beginning of could be our life. It could be a beginning of a new hope for everyone. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Today is Monday, April 10th, 2023. And oh my gosh, we are in the fourth month of the year already, which is so fast.
Let's talk about getting rich fast. Just 1 year ago, you may have friends around you talking about how much money they have made. But what's happened to all their investments right now? How many have revealed how much money they have actually lost? Do you know there are actually people out there who have lost their life savings but never talk about it? And to be honest, we all know about all those get-rich-quick schemes, money games, or pyramid schemes. Those aren't real investments. So let's talk about real investments. If you're looking around right now, you notice that the real investment lie in things that people never stop using, like oil and gas.
To send it to Michael. Hi, Michael. Would you like to say hello to everyone?
Well, hello, Julie, and hello, everyone out there. Wow, what a great day. It's beautiful weather actually here. So I think it's 20 plus. So that's a good thing. So unlike you, Julie, you know, we have to go through that cold spell. So we're so excited to see the sun nice and bright outside. So it's going to be a great day.
Absolutely. Today we're focusing on once again about digital solutions in all-in-one places, and we wanted to start our conversation today is basically talking about the quote or the bold statement that our CEO, Mr. Ashmore Forrest, said in one of our meetings is everything that we need is in on passive. And if it is not in on passive, it's not something that we need. And I truly believe wholeheartedly that is a very true statement based on what we have been observing on passive in the past years. Your thought, Michael, on that statement?
Yes, it certainly is a true statement, Julie. If it's not in on passive, you're not going to need it because on passive is reinventing the internet. Right. So if we're doing that, then we're going to make sure that everything that everyone needs, that's almost 8 billion people around the world, that they'll have it in on passive, all in one place. And that's just the way to go for the future.
Absolutely. And just to reminding everyone who are in on passive already, and for those who are actually observing on passive is a one platform that has everything in one place. The news, education, entertainment, anything that we can think of is actually in on passive. We no longer need to search for the best app to use or the cost. As business owners, I know we are searching for something that is fit our pocket, that is actually useful for what we are using. All is done for all of us in on passive. It is a company where it's offering very most productive and simplest platform for everyone to use, whether or not you have technology skills, talent, or knowledge, or basically if you can literally turn on your phone, you actually can use on passive. All that needed technology is within on passive. On passive, it's every single day we strive to undo what other platform on the market didn't do or do it with a higher cost. On passive is all bring it all together at lower cost, simple to use, all in one place. Not only that, OnPassive is delivering end-to-end artificial intelligence solutions. Everything that OnPassive is doing is ultimately focusing on the needs of humanity. And it's so true that we always say AI with heart is where it comes from OnPassive, Michael.
Absolutely, Julie. When it comes to business, they're striving to be more efficient. They want to be more productive. And the same goes for individuals. Like, wouldn't you want to be more effective and efficient within your day-to-day lives, right? Wouldn't you want to be more productive with your days, right? From a business standpoint, we know that companies want to be more competitive, right? And all that can be done by infusing AI into their systems, Julie. And this is why we're seeing a lot of these tech companies that are laying off people is because they're now able to infuse AI and use that technology, again, for all the points I've just mentioned. So this is the future. We have to get used to it and then see where we fit in with all of that. Because even though companies are laying off, it's not necessarily a bad thing in the global or bigger picture, okay? Individuals will be able to, be more passionate about what they're doing, not just doing, regular day-to-day mundane tasks, right? People want to be passionate about what they're doing. People want to be actually involved, engaged with others, right? And so that's what AI is going to help us do. So we also will be more efficient and productive in our day-to-day lives, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. And I love the fact that with OnPassive, as we are observing the development of OnPassive, it teaches us a lot of other knowledge as well. Not only that, it's kind of triggering me to go back and searching for example, let's talk about our product, Omail. I asked myself, when did delivering a message to someone or to a place start? So I literally I went on the internet and searched. So delivering a message, it started from the 1st century BC. People start breeding messenger pigeons, right? Where it has to travel about 15 miles per hour, and it would take too long for an individual or someone to receive a message. And also, as we know, pigeons cannot travel way too far, right? And then on the 5th century BC, people start building royalty road to deliver message by mounting, messages on a horseback and have the horseback travel 2,000 miles in 7 days to deliver some message. And then in the 1800s, that's when the telegraph system start establishing. And then people use something called a Morse code. I don't know what that is. I will look into that, to communicate via the radio transmission. And then we start saying that fast forward to the 1900s, where we start seeing that mail courier starting, and then the internet starting, and then we start seeing the new cutting edge technologies. Now it's literally taking over to cutting times has spent on delivering message, or even cutting the money, the cost of delivering the message. And Omail is so beautifully created. It is an advanced speech synthesis, to literally delivering a message. Speech recognition features in like hassle-free type of email communication. There are so many features that we are looking forward to, and some of us have already experienced some of those features, Michael.
Absolutely, Julie. In modern times, in the 70s is when email actually got started, right? And then from there in the 80s, they continued to develop it to what we have today. But it is, I would say the number one way of communication, right? And it's not just for old people, okay? Emailing is not just for old people. Teenagers, your 18s, in your 20s, everyone is using email, Julie. It is a form of communication, even within the workplace. If I'm working on a project with you, Julie, right? It's a good method for us to be able to share information so we can collaborate together to get the project done, right? So there's lots of usage for it from a marketing standpoint. We want to be able to communicate with our customers. We want to be able to, get the word out there about whatever it is that we're doing, present an offer to people. We can do all that through email, and then we can take the artificial intelligence and automate that process so that we don't have to be sitting there, one email, two email, and so on and so forth. We can have technology. Right now, I actually have a technology sending out emails right now while we're here on this call, Julie. So, these are the things that we can do with it, and it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Again, we've mentioned this before in previous conversations, that this is why everywhere you go, everybody wants your email address. They want to communicate with you one way or the other. If you're not a customer, they want you to become a customer. If you are a customer, they want to continue to keep you as a customer, and that's where ongoing communication comes in. So email is here to stay, and it is something that we all need to get used to, because it is going to be something that's going to impact our lives moving forward.
Absolutely. With the innovation of email, tech-rich technology features that you actually can communicate. Some of us prefer to read, right? Read an email. And some of us prefer to listen to an email instead. Now you actually have a better way of communicating by sending an email via video email, right? You actually, within that video email, a business owner can literally capture a 3 minutes video about the product or about the services that they offer, and literally delivering it to the customers and to the clients as well. And I believe that mail is one of the product that going to deliver the message effectively and sufficiently to a client and to other people as well. We have some of the features. You want to mention some of the features that that mail has offering, Michael?
Sure, of course. We have unlimited storage, right? Which is always a huge selling point. Anytime you can get stuff that's unlimited, that's a great thing to have. Be able to schedule your email messages, schedule events. You can import your contacts, different addresses that you may have from other platforms, other providers. And as you mentioned, the ability to create video emails, that is great. That enhances your message, right? Voice emails, auto translation. There's so much to it, Julie, that yes, mail is not what we're using back in the 70s or 80s. This is the future, right? And so obviously it's infused with AI technology, and the company's going to offer that to the world for free. You just can't beat that, Julie.
You can't beat that. I was going to say that it is absolutely offering to the world for free, and a very, very short time, we all will be able to experience the full function of mail. It's going to be introduced to the world. While mail is one of the products that on Passive, like Michael said, it's offering for free. We are going on to another product called ONET. Now, ONET, everyone knows that it's a revolutionary social media that on Passive is creating. But I always want to go back and say, when did social media started it? Social media dated first in 1844, and there are the whole entire history that talking about social media is literally on the internet. You're more than welcome to search for that and read. It's actually very interesting. Well, the first recognizable social media site, and I've never heard of this, Michael, is 6 Degrees. I think at that time, I was just barely came to United States. 6 Degrees, I've never heard of. It's actually founded in 1997 by the man named NGUYEN. And then in 2002, Friendsters and then other social media platforms start coming out, and they are now everywhere. Social media platform is basically where we all can connect, but connect in a meaningful way, right? Connect in a safer way. It's ONET is what we have in our platform.
Yes, and so ONET, obviously, we're talking about the best of the best, right? Everything that we do here in On Passive is about being better, right? It's about providing, products, tools that the entire marketplace can utilize, right? Not just something that you have to, always looking to cut out all the bad people, right? No, we want our platform to be safe, want to be family friendly, right? So anyone and everyone can use it, right? Be able to create communities, create groups, right? So you're not intruding on other people. They're with you in your, let's say your community simply because they want to be there, right? And these are people that you actually want to interact with and communicate with, right? And so that's what we're going to have with ONET, right? And the ability to have the various features that, messages in inbox, notifications from your groups, events, marketplace, news feed, timeline, all these things to be able to, get your expression out there using customized emojis. There's so much content sharing, Julie. Again, everything that we're doing on passive is so that people don't have to go anywhere. One-stop shop. You're in and you have access to all of this. And ONET is what? It's free also, Julie, right? So again, helping people to be in a safe, secure environment, and at the same time, making it cost effective for people, because you certainly can be free.
Absolutely. And if you're currently listening to this and you said, oh, other social media platforms are also free, stay tuned. We're going to tell you, what does that mean? What does free mean in on passive? And there's so many more opportunities for you to say, hey, I get this for free, but I can do this and literally build a career out of this. So stay tuned. We're going to start talking more about it. ONET is something that is going to be in 2023, and it's going to make a history. It's going to be added in the social media platform. And truly, I would have to say, it is the next stop, right? It is the final stop for social media. It's in ONET in 2023 because it's transparent, it's safe, it's convenient. It's going to cut everything that in the middle of it that we don't need, right? ONET is basically, like I said, it's giving us a meaningful discussions, high quality content sharing. You have mentioned about the emoji and on passive is not just a smile or heart. It's every human emotions that you actually can use in the emojis of on passive. And I just can't wait. And at the end of the day, Michael, nowadays people said, oh, I am not in any social media, but with ONET, everybody gonna say, hey, I'll meet you at ONET, because it is a place where we all can connect with each other. And I'm loving it.
Absolutely, Julie. Right. Here's the thing, right? We know that there's, other providers that are out there, like probably too many, right? But, what are people using it for? What are the type of contents that's on there? Not everything I want to see, Julie. I try my best to guard my mind. I try my best to guard what comes in. I was just saying to my wife that we were listening to some music on Saturday night, I believe it was. And then I wake up this morning and this song is just stuck in my head, right? And that, as a result of what we're listening to Saturday night, and so it's important to guard your mind, is to keep garbage out, keep the good stuff in, right? And that's what social media is all about. A lot of garbage is coming in, a lot of garbage is presented, especially to our children. It's one thing when you're an adult, hopefully you can make, better decisions, but sometimes kids, they get drawn into the wrong areas, right? And so having proper content, having a place where you as a parent can feel that, my child can be on social media because I know they're using ONET, right? And so people can be confident in that, because actually there are people that are looking for safe environments, Julie. Not everyone wants to expose their family to everything that's out there, because not everything is good, right? And so ONET will be a place where people can say, yes, I'm confident, I feel secure, I'm happy, I'm loving it, and that's something that I can spread and share with everyone I know, because I'm so proud to be on that particular platform. That's what's going to happen. And that's how we're going to be able to reach millions upon millions upon millions, if not billions, Julie, of people to be able to come in and join our community.
Absolutely. And within ONET, you actually can know every individuals in ONET are real human being, not robot or the second person or, whatnot. So ONET, it's here to stay. And I'm looking forward so much to the full version of ONET coming out very soon. Well, let's move on to another product that we wanted to talk about, and it is OTrim. OTrim is also one of the free product that On Passive is offering. To me, OTrim is focusing on branding. That's the biggest thing for me in OTrim. Not only it's shorten your URL, but it's also helping you to brand yourself. Now I'm looking to it. When did branding started? Branding actually started in the 1500s through some experimentation and technology advancement at the time. Branding is literally learned to literally break through all the clutter and just to capture the attention of the customers, right? And it's not only that, it turning customer into a brand enthusiast instead of just the branding itself. And it's very interesting that using OTrim or branding itself really depict the true ownership of the product or what you are or sharing to the world. And we do have OTrim, and the branding part of OTrim, Michael, I only see that only one part, but there's so many things going into OTrim as well. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Well, I mean, the great thing is that it's free, right? That's the first and foremost, because there are actually companies out there charging hundreds of dollars per month, right? Per month to use a URL shortener, right? And so, but what we're talking about is to be able to have your brand on display, right? So whatever that brand may be, to be able to utilize it, not just on your website, not just in your content, but even the various links that you may share, right? That will also be branded to you, right? So your brand is getting exposure anytime someone views your link, click on your link, etc., right? So that will also drive more traffic to you, right? And quality traffic, because you'll have the ability to be able to code it so that others have to input their email address. See, here we go again with email addresses, Julie. Everyone wants it, right? So now you're able to input that, and that generates a confirmed lead, a real person on the other side that has clicked on your link, right? And now receiving whatever message that you have that is coded to that link, right? That is a huge, huge benefit, Julie, especially from a marketing standpoint. And it doesn't matter whether you have a big company, a small company, everyone is interested in marketing. Everyone wants exposure. Everyone wants more customers, more clients. People want to make more sales. Again, all of that is involved in when we're talking about getting your brand out there, and especially getting link, whether it's a sales link, whether it's just information link, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but you don't want to have a long string of characters that people have to look at. What if you're using, a flyer, right? Like no one's going to type all that in, right? But if you can all of a sudden now shrink that URL down, to just a few characters, yeah, anyone can get that advertising from wherever. And if they need to type it in, right? If it's not digital, if they need to type it in, it's very easy for them to do so, as opposed to having, 20, 30, 40 characters, right? It makes a huge difference, Julie. And OTrim is going to play a huge role within the marketplace. As I said, there are companies out there making a lot of money with it. And so I know you mentioned about OMail and ONET and people thinking, well, it's free, am I going to make money? Folks, companies are in business to make money. All these individual free products are going to help you to make money, okay? So understand how this entire process works. Just know that each product is a necessity. If you've got millions upon millions of people using something, okay, then it means that it's something that there's a demand for it. So you want to be the supplier. You want to be able to supply, you want to be able to fill that demand. And that's what we're going to do with OTrim along with the other products then. So rest assured that every single product that we have on Passive, there is a purpose for it. Okay, doesn't always mean, it's going to bring in, gazillion dollars to you. Okay, but in the entire process, the bigger picture, everything has its place, and OTrim definitely has its place on Passive and the marketplace at large.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that OTrim, using OTrim, I was able to see how many people actually going through my website, clicking on that, and what the activities of it. And as you said, you can use all these products together in one place, in one. That's why we also always say the word, and I love this word on passive is interconnected, right? It's all connecting. Everybody knows that I do have the website www.coolaihub.com, less than 10 words. However, I use OTrim in order for it to calculate and capture the activities of my website, right? Basically, a Cool AI Hub, it's just a domain name, but using OTrim, I was able to track. I didn't need to spend more time, more work into it. OTrim does all the work for me already, and that's something that we love. Now, we all know on Passive offering free products. However, there is a product that's coming out very soon. It's one of the paid product, pay to use. You pay to use a product. It's not coming out to the public yet. We had a chance to experience something called ONET. Now, obviously, I did look when and how a video conference, was introduced. Now, the concept of video conferencing appeared in 1870, but it really didn't emerge until 1930. Videos conferencing really truly really began in 1968, and then over internet in 1994, which is at that time basically we required to have a webcam, a microphone, a sound card, a high-speed internet to literally be able to communicate with other people via video conferencing. Now we all know we've not some of us, not all of us, but we get to be in an O-Connect meeting, and our experience to it, it's the best. It's the best in the world, and never seen any product like this before. One time, Michael, when we were in the meeting, our CEO said, doesn't matter what video conferencing that you have out there, if you could take all of that, combining all together, you'll be able to find those features in O-Connect the best. And I'm looking forward to experience it again, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. Again, we've all used various platforms, for video conferencing, right? We've seen the rise of Zoom over the COVID, years, right? 2020, 2021. We've seen how that market has developed. Prior to that, a lot of people were using Skype, people were using AnyMeeting, and so on, right? But again, to have the ability to infuse artificial intelligence into your product, that's just next generation stuff, right? That's futuristic stuff, right? Even to go back to, you were talking about OTrim, right? Analytics, right? Analytics is a huge space right now out there in the marketplace, especially in sports. Everyone wants to analyze, various stats of a player. Are they performing, underperforming? All these things, right? In businesses, the same thing, right? How are employees performing and so on, right? So artificial intelligence is in almost everything, Julie, and we're going to see more and more of that. And so getting back to O-Connect, right? Here's a video conference platform that will be our first paid product. So we'll have the ability to monetize that. But the applications, again, is unlimited, right? When we think of people that are using YouTube, for example, or TikTok and some of these other platforms, right, where people are communicating through videos, right? Can you imagine if they're able to now have those same subscribers in their O-Connect platform, be able to deliver the same videos, but obviously better quality, be able to monetize that, be able to give those same followers, subscribers, etc., the ability to also monetize. It's a win-win for everyone, Julie, right? And so instead of having to make the same, or not the same, but make videos over and over and over and over again, because of just how they're able to monetize those situations, imagine just having to do a limited amount, right? And yet still be able to continue that money chain, the money chain, if you wish, as they continue to be able to sell products and services through that particular platform. Oak Connect is going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of people. Think of those who are in online learning, right? E-learning, right? Think of that space and how when you fuse the two together, right? Because you want to have video, you want to be able to see the students then, you want to be able to interact with them, right? Oak Connect will play a role in that space as well. And we're talking about, multi-billion-dollar space, Julie, and I believe into the trillions as we move forward, because you're going to see a shift in that, right? So it's an unlimited technology. People will be able to have unlimited attendees on there to, from a business standpoint, marketing standpoint, to be able to have your link wherever, whatever call to action, wherever you want to direct, all your attendees to. You can do it live right on there, right on screen. No one has to go anywhere. It's right there in front of them. You don't have to even send them an email. It's all done right there in front of them while you have their attention. So there's so much to it, Julie. If people truly understand the magnitude and scope of on passive, they'll realize, Julie, that their future is so secure from a financial standpoint. This is it. This is what we've all been searching for. This is what's going to make the difference in our bottom line, so people can have a true legacy, right, going forward, because it is well needed, especially in this climate. It's not getting better. We see what's going on with inflation. We see what's going on with interest rates, all these things, Julie, right? We've seen all the job losses. So much is happening in our economy in such a short period of time that people have to wake up. People have to realize that I need to find some other way. I need to get on top of this. I need to stay in front of this and be able to benefit going forward using the power of the internet and especially artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. I love what we are covering here. If you're currently watching this and you want to know more about Oak Connect, we did the whole series, like the whole entire conversations before in the Julie and Michael conversation. It's in our YouTube channel. So if you like to go there, you could go there, and we talk literally the whole session about Oak Connect. Like we said, didn't we tell you, all in one places? Everything is in one place. Social media, email, communications, branding, marketing, events, what else? Marketplace, everything is in Oak Connect so far. In On Passive so far. And it's all free, except Oak Connect, it's a paid product. I remember one conversation that our CEO, Mr. Mufarad, had with the Doctors Network, that, if you were to put every technologies now on the table, and if you tilt the table, they all fall apart because they really don't work together. And that's what we need. We need all these technologies are working together in one place. Literally, like when I put videos together, I have to go to 3 or 4 other different apps or places in order to put one content of the video 3 minutes together. It's ridiculous. It's taking so much time. And now you can do all of that in one place. It's called On Passive, right? And this is how, would you like to connect all the dots? How I said before that, other products are free, but you can do the same thing here?
Well, as I think of what I do, Julie, from a marketing standpoint, in order to generate income, and I think about the entire process, like you're right, like I have to be, engaged using multiple applications that are not on the same platform. I have to log in here, log out of there, log in here, log out of there, and then I have to be the one that connect the dots. I have to be the one that put them together and to make everything flow, creating the website, creating the content, automating the process, and so on, right? The traffic that you need, all these things, right? I have to put all the pieces together. And many, Julie, if not most, cannot put the pieces together. And this is why it's a struggle for them to make money using the power of the internet, right? The internet is so powerful. There's so much that we can do, right? But unfortunately, most people don't have the talent. They don't have the know-how to do all of that. So here on Passive, right, it can be done for you, right? On Passive will connect the dots for you, right? And that's the beauty of it, Julie. so that, yeah, again, maybe you're a lawyer. What do you know about technology and all this stuff? There's some brilliant people, Julie, and you give them a phone and they'll tell you, all I do with the phone is I either make a phone call or send a text. That's the extent of it, right? Because they don't fully grasp the technology, right? The same with the internet. Well, I just go on there because I need to search something on Google, or I go on there because I need to check my email, and that's about it, right? They don't fully grasp the power that is there in front of them, right? And sometimes just in the palm of your hand. So to be able to have a company like OnPassive, putting it all together for you, do all the heavy lifting, get everything done in such a way that you just have to pay attention. And that's all you really need to be doing. Pay attention, follow simple steps. It is so simple. Someone with a grade 6, 7, 8 education will be able to follow, Julie. And that's great, because there's so many around the world that are in need. They are in need. And OnPassive is going to fulfill that need, Julie. And that's what I'm excited about. That's what I look forward to, is to see people's lives change and transform from a financial standpoint, because that's what we all need.
Absolutely, Michael. I love the fact that the innovation of the products that OnPassive creating, the automation part of it, the AI powered part of it. And now, if you're currently watching this and you want to know more on the topics that we're talking about, and you really, to me, I believe that reading the blog of OnPassive really giving me a way of thinking, of expanding more knowledge, and also really truly predict of what the technology behind of OnPassive could literally do, because it's all show up on the blog. So if you like to read more blog and know what's coming up, it's literally check out our blog. AI can detect motion in human and animals, AI in traffic control, AI technology in agriculturals. There are so many more things that we can talk about. And if you really truly pay attention and connecting all the dots, everything that we need in life, in business, in growing, and education's talking about hiring, staffing, talking about education, everything that we need, it is in OnPassive. It's probably not going to be in one place when OnPassive introduced to the world, but it will continue. It's like what he said, don't die. Don't die in the next, 2 years, 5 years. It's so beautiful of how OnPassive is putting together. And Michael, I know we are all excited for what's coming ahead of us in OnPassive, and it is the next stop. OnPassive is the place.
There's a new kind of kingdom. One that's built to welcome the world in, not to keep people out. In this new kingdom, it's not important what you own, but who you share it with. Royal salute. Enter a new kingdom.
Absolutely, Julie. I remember when I first looked at OnPassive, and all I can think going back then is that, wow, this is exactly what people want. This is exactly what people need. This is what they've been looking for. They may not have known the name because obviously it wasn't in existence, right? But the concept, the model, the idea, right? The vision, this is what people want, Julie. No one wants to work long hours, Julie. I mean, let's just face it, right? People don't, especially if you're not passionate about what it is that you're doing, right? Always come back to passion. Because if I love doing something, Julie, like our conversations, we can talk for hours upon hours upon hours, right? Why? Because we love the subject matter. We love the topic. We love the discussion, right? And so it's the same thing with your job, right? I will wake up early in the morning if I'm looking forward to what it is that I'm going to be doing that day, right? So think of the millions of people that have to get up early in the morning to go to a job, that they're only there because they know it's going to help pay the bills. They're not there because, man, I'm going to, offer some sort of advice, some sort of solution. I'm going to actually make an impact in other people's lives. It's none of that stuff though, right? But here we know that artificial intelligence is in so many different industries, right? From research, right? Think of the medical field, right? Having artificial intelligence there to help guide, doing a surgery, performing a surgery, right? So many things whereby us as human beings, sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us, so we don't necessarily make the best decisions, right? And that's why I'm a kind of a math number kind of guy, because I like facts, Julie. I like to see things hard in I know 2 + 2 is 4. No one can tell me it's 5. You know what I mean? It's factual, right? So we can't deviate to the right or to the left. This is what it is, right? And that's exactly what we're going to have. That's what artificial intelligence is doing, to be able to help people to stay on top of their game, be able to be the best version of themselves, because they can be actually passionate about what it is that they're doing, and no longer having to just run to a job just because that's what pays the bills, right? And it doesn't matter. We're not saying, somebody's a factory. It doesn't matter what the job is. You could be a nuclear engineer. It doesn't matter, right? A lot of people are in jobs simply because it pays the bills. And that is about to change. It's about to change for a lot of people, not for everyone. We're not saying everyone, 8 billion people are coming. What we're saying is that for people who want to change, people who want something different, people who want to be on the right side of the fence, they will come to Unpassive, because they've been seeking, they've been looking. All those that are watching us right now, Julie, right? There's a reason they are, right? Yes, some are in Unpassive, but we know others are not. And they can't wait for their opportunity to get that chance to come in to see what all the fuss is about, because it is a place where every single person, as far as I'm concerned, needs to be. It is going to change their lives. It is going to make a difference, Julie, right? And people are looking for that change. Here comes Unpassive. So yes, it is your next stop, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. It is the stop for us about a long time ago. I got to tell you a personal story really quick. My daughter, a lot of people know my daughter, who's 12 years old. She came into my room last night and asked me, Mommy, how come you don't do real estate anymore? Unpassive is the only thing that you're talking about. I said, baby, Unpassive, it's a place to be. There's a change in life that Mommy want to focus on, to doing something that I really love, right? And then she goes, but that's all you're doing, and you seem to be more happy, but then you are working hard, but yet you haven't really received anything. She's asking that question in a way. And I said, listen, baby, Unpassive is it's a place where it's giving Mommy the opportunity to build a business, a career. And when someone building a business, it takes a long time for the result to come. However, remember, Mommy didn't have to spend money to build the technology, to build the customer. I have a chance to do it without spending millions and millions of dollars. You witnessed what happened in Boston. She was in Boston with me. So you witnessed the truth of what is going on in Boston. And Mommy didn't spend the money to do that. Someone else did it. And I have the opportunity to build that business. And that's why I'm saying it here, is that other platforms, absolutely, you could use for free, you can use for it, but who is giving you that opportunity to build your own career, your own business? And Unpassive, it's it. And this is where it is. And so mindset and also the actions we take, which truly depict or truly were giving us the result that we wanted. And Unpassive does it. It's maximize, takes every action, connect to the best people in the world, and take the massive actions for the massive result. And we all get to receive part of that results.
Absolutely, Julia. I certainly believe in work and doing work, right? But I also want to work smarter, right? Not harder, right? And too many people, they work too hard, Julie. You know what I mean? I've seen people in my life, I've seen how hard certain individuals work. And yet we have an opportunity to be smarter in what we're doing. We have an opportunity to make better financial decisions in what we're doing. We have the ability to maximize, not minimize our value, Julie. And this is what I see in Unpassive, is that people is going to have that ability to do just that, right? And that is what we're talking about, the change. That is what's going to happen for, you know, millions upon millions of people around the world. They're finally going to say, you know what? It's my turn, right? It is my turn. It is time for me to win. It's time for me to get the success that I deserve, right? Don't you deserve success? Of course you do. Why not, right? And so if others can attain success, why not you? So on passive is going to put you in the driver's seat to ensure your success, not just throw you out there and says, well, here you go, you're on your own, right? Which is what everyone else does, right? No, that has not solved the problem, right? It has not solved the problem, right? That's why we're still here today, right? Now here comes the solution, your one-stop shop, which is on passive. On passive is your one-stop shop for your financial future. That's what it is.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. So if you're currently watching this and you want to know more about On Passive, and also if you want to join in On Passive ecosystem, please get back with someone who's share On Passive with you. You're definitely looking at our website. However, if you're working with someone, one of the early bird, the founder who has been observing the entire process of On Passive, get back with that person. When we do have the referral link or we want to share the link with you, we definitely get back with you. So stay tuned. There's a lot more things are coming in On Passive, and On Passive, it's a place to be. Thank you so much, Michael, for spending an hour sitting here with me chatting about On Passive. And thank you so much, everyone who are currently joining us right now in our conversation. Until next week, have a blessed week and happy Easter again to everyone who celebrate. Take care and God bless.
Take care, everyone. Take care.